All right. So while we take suggestions for any of the courses to be done, we need to be very careful. Why? Because every person will tell what I am doing is good. You also do the same thing. You meet a data science engineer, he'll say data science is good. You meet a Java developer, he'll say Java is good. You meet a Python developer, he'll say Python is good. And you meet a YouTuber, he will say everything is good. Right? Because the point here is your way of analyzing things online is not correct. Then how do we analyze? Pack your bags. Start visiting the academies. Every academy. Access the data of placed candidates with the mobile numbers. Demand, I want to call these people randomly. And when this you start doing it, doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani about courses will happen. Which means we now know very well which course in the current market is giving us job. And you will not end up getting into any of the scam, or you will not be a victim of anything where the counselor is promoting the course like anything, posting that course like anything. I have 5,000 companies, 10,000 companies, right? And they will tell 100% job guarantee. There's all things. One question. Show me the tracker with the place students' mobile numbers. Because today, even videos can be made by paying money to the candidates and taking a testimonial video. Do you agree with that? Even videos, I can pay someone some money, he will come, he will record a video, I'll make him the payment, done. Don't analyze based on Google reviews. Do not analyze based on YouTube reviews. Do not analyze based on a Google search. Visit the academy, stay there for some time, demand near your PG, near your institute, so many PGs are there. Give me some PG address. I want to go there, meet your placed candidate and talk to him. Correct? When you start doing this, and this awareness, when you have it, you will not see that you will get into any trouble of fake drives and unwanted drives. So easy to analyze, right? Yes or no? Agreed or not? Correct? Let's start with our today's alumni meet. I'll be inviting Abhishek. I don't know which Abhishek. There are so many Abhishek. I'll unmute all. The one who is my student, please unmute yourself. Yeah. Abhishek Tiwari.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon, Abhishek. Let's start with your introduction. What's your qualification, company that you've got placed in, highest and lowest package of yours, and importantly, tell us about the interview questions.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Correct? The expectations in interviews, what it is today. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. My name is Abhishek Tiwari and I have done BTech, which was completed in 2020, and I have joined 22nd of August batch. And firstly, I got job in March in ITC Infotech. There was a package of 10 LPA, and total I got selected in 8 interviews. I got 8 job, and I have given 18 to 19 interviews. And currently,
I'll in between keep adding some word. Out of some 18 interviews or something, you was telling 8 offers he has got. How? Learn what company wants. What is their expectation? Prepare the profile accordingly. Correct? Okay, go ahead, Abhishek.
yeah, so I have joined Pravish Digital, which was located in Noida, Sector 59. And from first day, they give me the laptop, and I have started working on the things. and I have worked there more than 2 months. And in one module they give me that EPS, and I have completed that task belongs to 4 to 5 months, but I have completed in within 1.5 months. So they are happy with me.
Firstly, congratulations, Abhishek.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Right. Now, understand, firstly, congratulations. 5 months of task he was able to complete in 1.5 months, which means he has practically understood the things well before joining the company. Yeah, go ahead, Abhishek.
Yeah, so from my side, I have tell everyone if they know the tools like Git, GitHub, Jiva, and in Java, when it comes to project, we have to use only two things. First, Java 8 features, and second, collection, which we use mostly. And apart from that, we have to know the annotation, Spring Boot annotation, because in our project we get a lot of reference. So we have to know where we have to use at that auto wired request time. So if we know the things, so we can do, because in our code we got the reference. So on that basis we can make the API, we can do the things. And in my apart from that, we have to know in interview terms, we have to know the OOPS concept, Java 8, collection, string, and Spring Boot annotations. And mostly they will ask Spring Security and JWT token nowadays. In each and every interview, they will ask you. And when it comes to second round, so you have to always talk about your, just suppose if they ask any question. Hello?
Yeah.
So if they ask any question, so in the second round, you don't have to tell theoretical things. You have to relate things in your project in earlier company. Like I have used any project. So if they ask me anything, so I have speak all things related to my project. So this is the reason I always got selected in each and interview. So in the starting 4 to 5 interviews, I got struggles, but after then I cleared all the interviews from the first round. So this is the things.
Right. So his advice is Java 8 feature, collection, that is data structure, and the project core part. This is something you should be aware of it, right? And any scenario based questions.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, any scenario based questions, Abhishek.
Yeah, they ask a lot of things. They always ask in your project which challenge you face, and mostly in my company also I got the chance to do the same things. Like I told you now, if you know the annotation, if you know the basic, so in the code you got the reference. So on that basis you can do the things. And in my companion, we are having 4 to 5 people, so all get the job. And in my company, total 34 to 35 people. So my project is NHS. In that, we have only three backend developers, and there are 12 modules. So each got four modules. So I am working in that company, but I will manage, and I also manage. So they did not doubt on me. So they are happy with me. Currently, I'm on leave for 5 to 6 days, but I'm in provisional period. So it is very difficult to get a leave on provisional period. But on that, my performance, they will give me the leave. So this is the thing.
Right. So thank you so much,
Yeah.
Abhishek, joining us and sharing all these valuable things with us. So
Yeah.
Abhishek is getting a bit late actually. I got this news before starting the meeting. So Abhishek, thank you so much for joining, waiting for
And
us, and
one
giving
thing I
all
want to
these.
say, everyone, sir,
Ah,
if you go any company, so you always have to show your confidence, and never try to ask anything. If they will give you anything, first you have to search. And if you think this is the question, you can ask to your senior. On that basis, you have to ask, because if you do the silly mistake and if you ask that type of question, so they will judge you know the things or not. This is the only suggestion I want to give everyone.
so how do you search? Tell that to audience that if you have any problem, you said you search. Then based on that, ask a question to your senior. So can you give us one situation like this?
Just suppose they give me the, I have to create the bundle for the medication purpose. So I will go to my home, and I will search the thing. So in the Google, I will get everything. How can I create the bundle? So I never tried to ask anything to my senior. If I thought this is the question, and on the basis of 3 experience, they are able to ask that question to the senior, only then I ask. Otherwise, I will try to do everything for myself.
Right. So that is what I also keep telling. Self learning has to happen. It should not be just the course learning. At the end of 4 months of the course, you should be able to learn things by yourself. And when that happens, you're ready. Right? So that self learning mechanism, after 4 months of your training, you have to start with that. So, what is your background? BTech in what?
BTech in civil engineering.
BTech in civil engineering. He is not from CS background, right? Because somebody asked this question. Thank you, Abhishek. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, I hope you got the idea about expectations in the interview now. Yes. And what is the additional thing? Self learning should happen, but self learning on not unwanted topics. Self learning on the topics which is relevant to your projects. When you start doing self learning related to your projects, right, where there is one project, some additional features you want to add to that project, correct? For example, there is a mobile number field. Right now it is validating mobile number should be 10 digit, but what if now I want this mobile number field to verify the mobile number country wise, for India, for US, for UK? It should verify your mobile numbers. How will you do it? Correct. Now you can do a self learning on it, that how do I implement this in the existing project, what sir has taught me. Sir taught me how to validate 10 digit mobile number, but how do I do this now, that the mobile number that I enter now, it belongs to which country? Automatically my code is able to tell me that. Correct. That is where the progress will happen. Fine. Now what you're doing, simply you'll go to Google, pick some basically unwanted, Java things material and start spending time on that. Okay. Or we can pick things like this. Sir has taught us how to perform a login. Now, let's say, what if in this login, when I sign up, a OTP number is generated for this mobile number. How do I make it OTP based sign up? This is where your self learning skills will open up, and this all you get it in Google. But you will understand this only when your foundation is good. Let's invite the next candidate, Tejpal. Very good afternoon, Tejpal. Let's start with your introduction. Hello, Tejpal. Please unmute yourself. Hello. There's some issue. Okay, Tejpal.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. So, Tejpal, let's start with your introduction. Which company have you got placed in? And observe one more thing. I started my discussion telling recession is going on. But observe, our students have the knack to tackle the recession and take 8 offer letters. Correct? We all know that the market condition is so bad. Correct? Placements is very tough to get. But still, when there is a crisis, the solution that you find will definitely help you to progress 10 times more than getting a job in good market. Reason, today all of our students minimum package starts with 7-8 lakhs. And good students are also touching 20-25 lakhs of salary. Correct? Right. Let's start. Tejpal, again you have put yourself on mute. I think there's some problem at your end. Yeah, start Tejpal.
Yeah, Morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Uh, yeah, currently I'm working at MDocs. So basically, मैंने क्या किया था? After the course was completed, I started applying on Naukri.com. So I, the calls आते थे daily. I get 5 to 10 calls daily, and calls तो इतने आते थे मतलब शेड्यूल नहीं हो पाते थे इतना. तो ऑफर लेटर्स भी आए काफी नौकरी से. तो 1 महीने तक ट्राई किया मैंने.
Tejpal, you're going on mute actually. Just look at your mic set. There's some loose connection or something. Yeah.
ओके ओके हेलो.
So you were telling you got many calls on Naukri, 5 to 10
Yeah.
per day.
या
Correct?
हाँ शेड्यूल शेड्यूल नहीं हो पाता था, उतने कॉल्स आ जाते थे. आई थिंक बिकॉज ऑफ द जितना मैं ईयर्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस डाला था, मैं अराउंड 3.5 ईयर्स डाला था उसमें, तो इसलिए शायद उस टाइम मार्केट थोड़ा अच्छा होगा, तो कॉल्स आते थे. मेरे को ऑफर लेटर भी आए. 3 to 5 ऑफर लेटर्स आई गॉट फ्रॉम द नौकरी. अराउंड 9 to 10 एवरेज आते थे. ऑफर लेटर आए थे मेरे को. बट आई रिफर्ड वन फ्रेंड. So basically, my friend works at Amdocs, so he referred me to his company. So I start. मतलब मैंने अप्लाई किया उसे ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट में जाके करियर पोर्टल में. देन आई गॉट द कॉल 2 weeks आफ्टर आई अप्लाई देयर. और फिर या
Right, again on mute. Please unmute yourself, Tejpal. Please unmute yourself. See, the point is now the ultimate
okay.
target. Yeah, Tejpal, go ahead.
Where was I? Yeah, I was talking about the MTalks. Like my friend referred to me. और उसके बाद 2 to 3 weeks I got the call from MTalks. और 2 से 3 राउंड हुए. The final round was face to face. So it was in the Pune. तो पुणे का ट्रेन लिया. I got Pune. इंटरव्यू क्लियर हुआ. देन आफ्टर 1 week I got the offer letter. और मेरे को ठीक लगा पैकेज. I got the package of 12 LP. देन ज्वाइन कर लिया मैंने. So yeah, that's what it.
So tell us about the questions, right?
Okay. हाँ. बेसिकली जो भी आपने पढ़ा है स्प्रिंग बूट से रिलेटेड एंड द क्वेश्चन बैंक जो आपने प्रोवाइड किया था, उससे प्रिपेयर किया था, तो काफी क्वेश्चन उसी में से आ गए थे. और ऐसे जनरली पूछेंगे तो स्प्रिंग बूट एंड डीबी कनेक्शन, आपने जो बताया था बेसिक जावा फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन थे जो भी स्ट्रिंग एरेज के, वो सब तो पूछे ही थे. लिनक्स पे भी पूछे थे. तो मैंने कॉलेज टाइम से ही मैं लिनक्स यूज कर रहा था, तो उसके भी कुछ कुछ बेसिक बेसिक कमांड पूछे थे. एंड ज्यादा टफ नहीं था. इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस वाज क्वाइट यू कैन से इजी बिकॉज प्रिपरेशन मैंने करके रखा था. तो बस यही था.
Right. See, important thing, right, is the number of interview calls. How do we increase it for this market? This is the first query. The number of interview calls per day, if you're able to get 2, 3, 4, 5, then assurity is there, you will get through. That is the first challenge what students has to tackle. Second thing, the Tejpal's advice was whatever I covered in the class and the questions given by the placed candidate. That's the question bank is talking about. You will also get that question bank along with our training later. That question bank that I'm talking about, okay, that also he covered. And then he started giving interview. Correct? And then he got some 3 to 5 offer letters. Now, if you listen carefully, he said, I applied on Naukri, I applied on job portal. Correct? See, the question is now, getting calls is important. and the strategies are important. Yes or no? Now you must be thinking, sir, हम अप्लाई करते तो कॉल क्यों नहीं आता है? जब तेजपाल ने अप्लाई किया 3 से 5 कॉल आ रहा है. He is getting 3 to 5 calls when he applies on Naukri. But when I apply in Naukri, why am I not getting interview call? Correct. So the question here is, now you're not getting this interview call for a reason because the strategies how you're applying is not right. The resumes are not right. The project work, the way you're putting in your resume is not right. All the skills that you put in your resume is kind of very important. Got it? Just adding one line completed course cannot get you job. You need to put complete project, detailed manner the skills, and what have you done in that project. And only when your resume matches with what company is demanding. What do you mean by that? Every company has a job description. If you look at the job description, there are keywords given that my company is looking for REST API developers. My company is looking for microservices developer. Candidate should have good knowledge of, let's say JUnit with Mockito. Candidate should be knowing so and so thing. Now, what you do, you prepare one resume and apply for all the jobs. Correct? Like whenever any fever is there, there is one medicine, Dolopar, 650 mg. For fever, one standard medicine everybody will get. But in our case, it cannot happen like that. Try to read the job description, accordingly modify your resume a bit and then send them. What will happen now? Chances of resume getting selected is going to be high. Okay? So this way, when you're applying, the number of interview calls are going to be good. And that is how you can tackle the things. Okay? Anyways, now let's move ahead with the next candidate. The next candidate, basically, I'll be calling Rajat. Okay, so let's invite Rajat. So there are a couple of Rajat. I'll unmute both of them. So,
Hello, sir.
hello. So, Rajat, let's firstly, before even you tell us about your packages, salary, company placed, we are more interested in the questions at the first place. Correct?
Is
So you
yes, sir. Yes,
tell
sir.
me, see, I want a detailed input from your side on core
Mhm.
Java. You
Mhm.
answer this to my audience in core Java, which all part of the syllabus is very important and how they should prepare.
Okay, sir. So firstly, knowing core Java, we need to be better in string concepts. We need to know operations that are performed on string, like length or index of. As such, you need to manipulate the string. Let's say you'll give a question like, "Give me the palindrome." It means that you need to reverse the whole string or find the index at which a particular alphabet is present. So all these are important concepts in on string based questions in core Java.
See,
So yes,
first candidate after so many days have talked about string concept. We never picked this up in so many days if you observe that, students. Yes or no? It is the first time now is talking about string, and actually that is important. Without strings concept, giving interviews and clearing it is going to be tough. So there are a lot of questions in string that you will be getting it. Like palindromy mentioned, a particular character at what position it occurs in a given string. Yes, please, Rajat.
yes, sir. Similar like that. That how many times it is repeating as such, as such. There you can find it a lot of in the internet also. The sources for the coding questions in string. That's where I took it from, mostly from Geeks for Geeks. Also, I took help from. Apart from that, we need to focus on Stream API, especially using for each functions. So mostly in Stream API, they'll ask like how do you how to filter based on particular condition, or how do you collect the data, and how do you manipulate certain concepts of collections like map. Uh, so how many times a particular alphabet is repeating, means all of the alphabets which are repeating, or getting separating the distinct values. So as such, there are many ways, but very simple. There will be little one line this one code for those. But if you just have to look at it once, you can understand. At least practice it once or twice. It's
Okay.
very self-explanatory.
So now understand one thing very clearly. When we are talking about basically here, right, the questions that is related to stream API, that is what is data structures related questions, right? So you've been asking me about data structures in it. Many times in the class, people they ask, will you cover data structure? Will you cover data structure? Data structure questions here are going to be asked based on stream API. I hope this part is clear. Yeah. Now, once stream API, you're perfect with it, they'll also ask, how did you use this in your project? Okay, so that is Java 8 feature, which the first candidate Abhishek also mentioned. He's telling stream API, that's a part of Java 8 feature. Okay, right. So let's continue, guys. So, Rajat, what else? Can you please tell me?
Yes, sir. These are the basically coding questions. Rest of them mostly they are conceptual questions either. Another important is MySQL. This one. The mostly I have got is the same question. Find me the third highest salary or the fourth highest salary. I mean, most of the interviews they ask the same questions again and again. Same question. So it's like getting the queries based on that and knowing concepts on MySQL means how to join the table. Simple questions. We need not worry about complex operations like indexing or even be it normal factor. Well, they don't go that far, most of the companies, but basically just selecting a data, applying where condition, group by or limit, uh, such operations in MySQL, it will be enough for us, given the condition. Apart from that, even sir, in Spring Boot also, he might ask, they're mostly asking scenario based questions now in Spring Boot. Like, given that the controller, let's say there's post mapping and get mapping. Instead of post mapping, if I'm using get mapping, what will be the output? Will it work or not? Something like that. They're asking more on testing the concepts, how better we know the concept. Yes, sir.
All right. So, scenario based questions, one thing what he was talking about, definitely in the coming days, more companies will ask you scenario based questions. That what if this happens in the project, how will you handle it? Got it? Now, why the questions are being asked like this? Because nowadays, students have become smart. So, obviously, companies will become more smart. What they are doing, suppose they are using Chat GPT during interview. Friend is helping him, Chat GPT. Now the company HR and the recruiter is so smart. He'll ask you questions which Chat GPT cannot give you answer. Right? He'll ask you the questions which will be situation based. Like, for example, there's a bug in the production server. So how will you basically configure your project to know that this is where the breakdown happened in the software while okay it was deployed in the server? Correct? Or they might ask, I'll give you a bug. Tell me the procedure you will follow to fix that bug. Why did you create a branch in your GitHub? So these answers, you cannot get it in AI tool. You cannot get it in AI tool the way we can naturally answer. And naturally answer can happen only when you practiced it. That's why we tell during the course, you also use chat GPT smartly. But how? Take your project code, put that in chat GPT and tell, introduce a bug. Take that defective software, run that software, and after running the software, what you need to do is now you try to debug and fix the bug. So you can take the software, ask basically your friend to put it in chat GPT, introduce a bug and give it to you, while basically you can go ahead and ask your friend to do the other way. Like this, some 4 or 5 bugs in a day, 10 days. If you do this activity, debugging concept, you will become clear with it. I hope this part is clear, everyone. Okay. So Rajat, now finally tell us the company which you are placed in and what is your salary package. Okay, Rajat is. Hello, Rajat, you are on mute.
Yes, yes, sir. Uh, Currently, I was placed in around 11 companies, but currently I'm working in Deloitte
Okay,
with the package is around 13 LP now.
right. Thank you so much, Rajat. Now,
Yes.
why I picked up, thank you so much, Rajat, for joining us. See, why I asked this is here it is not the salary, it is not the company you join, it is the skills that you're acquiring. 8 hours per day you have to practice. He has joined Deloitte, he's been working there. Okay. The skills to clear interview, this is very important. Okay. Right. Now, let me invite. uh, okay. Now, see what happens. I'll tell you. Some people are asking, sir, AWS knowledge in depth is required. See, I'll tell you, this learning is like ocean. In any field you go, you cannot tell that I know everything. Correct? There is learning that is endless. And especially for a Java developer, learning is lifetime. As long as you're working, you're learning. Now, what happens is you join a company, correct? Self learning mechanism has to open up. Not just the course that I do and you're done with that. You tell that sir has done this course, sir has completed the syllabus, I'm done with the program. No. The syllabus coverage, when it is completed, when you are able to watch any lecture online and able to understand, then you're strong at basically self-learning. Correct? So now somebody picked up a question of, let's say AWS, but I will modify this question. What if I want to learn DevOps? Now trust me, after 4 5 months of your training, you don't require any trainer in your life. You will be able to learn things by yourself. How? So right now, you cannot go to YouTube and learn because that will be like Pushpa part 3. Correct? Pushpa part 1 and part 2, you have to do it in the class. Because in YouTube, the lectures that you happen to see will be at very in between they've started the lectures without even starting from the foundation level. Now there, if you just Google out DevOps 5 hours, correct? And then after, basically, you go and pick any YouTube video, trust me, within 10 days, you will have the knowledge of DevOps. Are you understanding? See, the beginning phase is tough because students really don't know what is a class, what is an object also when they start the journey. But later, it so happens that people, they start learning things so deeply that the learning mechanism will speed up. And that is what our target should be. Is this clear? Yes. And what is DevOps? It's totally non-technical part. There is no coding involved in that. It is more to do with configuration and setups. But DevOps you can learn only after you're a developer. Okay. I hope this is clear. Thank you so much, Rajat. God bless you. Let us now invite the next candidate, Shraddha. Very good afternoon, Shraddha. Very good afternoon, Shraddha. See, to begin a course, you don't require any background. But one thing what I would tell you is just safeguard yourself from the scams. This is very important. 99% of the drives happening in Bangalore will be fake drives. While she's joining, Shraddha, please unmute yourself. So, what happens? See, today, the institute is calling a HR, a dummy HR, conducting interview. They'll take you till final round. And some photos are uploaded on Instagram, which is made through AI tool. right? There is no authenticity of the data or the photo that has been put in Instagram, which even now the 2024 people get into that trap, because directly from the college they come out, they don't know what's happening, they look at the posters, they just listen to the counseling, they tell I've got 5,000 companies tie up, and that's it, job done. Be little, apply little common sense. This is very important. And common sense comes in picture only when you do a lot of interactions with the students there. Correct? Anyways, let's move ahead further. Now, Shraddha is not able to unmute. I have a lot of other people, but Bhavani is there, Hussein is there. Okay, let me invite Bhavani. M. Bhavani Shankar. Very good afternoon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
So, Bhavani, as the target of this show is not to know
Yes.
your packages or companies that you're placed in, but a guidance
Yes.
from the placed candidate that the
Yes.
interview questions what they are asking. So, again, we will take the other way with Bhavani. We'll not start with core Java. You tell me in Spring Boot what questions they asked. I'll go topic wise and ask the questions. Spring Boot, firstly,
Yes.
tell us all the questions.
Yes. First, they will ask the difference between Spring Boot and Spring. What is the difference they have created by Spring framework? Next, they will, for an example, some questions are getting a chat. I want to tell that I am 23 passed out and I have kept 3 years of.
Right. Bhavani, I want you to quickly unmute yourself. Hello. Hello. Bhavani, unmute yourself.
Hello. Now,
Okay.
now
So
it's audible.
you said the question Spring and Spring Boot. So tell us only
Yes.
the questions. Only the
Okay.
questions.
Like mainly they ask the Spring MVC structure, like we have used controller and all everything. They will ask REST annotations. They will ask from the what are the annotations like what is the REST controller and controller difference. They will ask why we will use REST controller instead of controller. Like this, how the postman request is coming to the controller. Like this, maximum questions they will ask from annotations. Then they will ask why do we use postman? Like we are using postman for testing our APS and all like this maximum they are asking from Spring Boot and Hibernate. How why you use Hibernate for connecting the Spring Boot with the database and all? How you will connect? What are the tools you are using to develop the Spring and all? Like this, they are asking questions.
Okay. So Spring and Spring Boot difference. This has been an old question, but again it has been asked in the recent interview. Now tell us about Hibernate questions. We never ask this thing to any candidate, isn't it, students? Let's understand Hibernate questions. Please tell us in Hibernate what all questions are kind of important.
Yes, for an example, Hibernate. For we know that we use Hibernate for SQL queries where we do not write any queries. It will get automatically written to connect with the database. Like how you will connect, why it is useful, like how you are using that. It is a ORM tool and all like that. They are asking.
So mapping questions did they ask in Hibernate?
Yes, mapping questions also they will ask.
So did they ask you in your project, give me some example how mapping was done?
No, they have not asked me about this.
Okay.
But some of
So,
them interviews they have asked me this.
okay. Coming to the next part, you tell me about logical questions in Java, what they ask, because that's been a query from a lot of students. Huh?
Yes, maximum I got the
Logical,
scenario based questions. Yes,
hello.
hello.
Logical
Yes.
questions, what they asked in interview on core Java, please tell us.
Logical questions like coding they have asked on Spring, where the last Rajat has told the Spring they will ask questions. Same the questions is getting repeated again.
Okay.
And function Java 8 features, they will ask every time, they will continuously asking functional interface, lambdas expression and all. And Stream API maximum they use coding, for coding they will use Stream API.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So thank you so much, Bhavani Shankar, for joining us. I think there are more candidates, but this will become more boring now to invite more number of candidates. We still had Isaaq, Raza, and Hussein. So I'll be inviting these two people later and Shraddha. Shraddha could not join us actually. But if you want any one person, I can call. Do you want to connect with one more person? Or this is enough for today? One more person? So whom will connect with? Hussein or Isaaq? Let's see. Isaaq is here. He's already raising his hand. So we'll interact with him. Okay. So let's. Hello, Isaaq.
Yeah, hi.
Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
So
afternoon.
I
Good
want
afternoon,
to
everyone.
know from your side, in the managerial round, the scenario based questions, what they ask. Please tell me about that. Because this is again, I don't want same questions people telling every time Java 8 features and all,
Yeah,
but let us try to ask them
yeah.
the question. Scenario based questions in project, what they ask.
So I'm recalling a question which has been asked to me, which was related to how to create a PR request. And for example, if there is a kind of conflict when you have already raised a PR request, so how you are going to merge the conflict of it. So this was the question which has been asked to me. And apart from that, there was a question related to caching mechanism, like how you applied caching mechanism to your project. That was also a question which has been asked to me. Yeah, so that's what I will say.
Okay. So coming to the next point,
Yeah.
was there any question on ER diagrams?
Like on ER diagram, uh, no, like ER diagram, but from data, like from I would questions, we are only getting the common questions which is related to join, inner join, and yeah, finding second maximum number or second maximum salary, like that.
Tell me about Spring Security and JWT token. Was that frequently asked question?
A Spring Security and JWT token would not be a question if we are explaining that in our project in a good way. For example, if I'm starting explaining a project and I'm explaining that in a good way, so no one will be going to ask that, because I have explained in each and every interview and people are not going to go further in that.
Right. So he's lucky actually. Spring Security
Yeah,
questions are very important because
yeah,
that's where
it
the
is. Yeah,
login, logout, JWT token concept comes in picture. Right. Majority of the interviews, this will be asked. In his case, this was not the thing, but don't take that syllabus lightly because
yeah, like
he
it
did
is
not
an
get.
important part. Yeah, yeah.
Majority of the questions will come from Spring Security. Okay. So coming to the next point, did they ask, what all questions did they ask you in Java?
Okay. Okay, so the thing is, like, I have, like created a kind of note with my seven group mate. Like we were having seven people and we were studying together. And from seven people, we have been placed, like six people we have already been placed. So we have a kind of note, like for example, Isaaq interview of 10th of August, like that. And like, for example, we have Subham interview on. So like we have created a kind of note in a good shape. So like yeah, we can share it with the PSA, and if someone is coming, so we can
So
share that
you
also.
mean to say every friend of yours when attending interview, you were preparing question, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, with the name, yeah, with the name of company as well, so that if candidate will be going to that company, or they will be knowing that okay, this kind of question will be coming from that company. So we have that as well.
It's a good strategy, guys. When your friend is giving interview, sit next to him. You will understand all the questions. After 5-6 interviews, same questions will be repeated.
Yeah, it is correct only. Yeah.
That will become easy for you, okay, to crack the interview. Okay. So apart from that, in mapping, I'm more interested to know in
Yeah.
hibernate cache, mapping, bidirectional
Yeah.
mapping,
Yeah.
unidirectional mapping. Did they ask you any questions in that? Hello, Isaaq, you're on mute.
Yeah. So yeah, I have unmuted it. So yeah, like there would be a question which has been asked to me many times, even with my friend as well. Like they will be trying to ask what kind of difference you see between JDBC and Hibernate. So we have to explain that, like for example, like we are creating like connection by our own, but in Hibernate we don't have to do that. It will be automatically with the session of Hibernate, and yeah, so we have to go with that thing, and we have to explain about Hibernate and JDBC difference. And if we are understanding that, so we will be able to tackle almost every question related to Hibernate. And mapping, no, related to mapping, bidirectional, unidirectional, that mapping has not been asked to me. And apart from that, I wanted to tell people who has been joined here, like it's like more than 150 people over here. So I just wanted to say is like whatever sir is explaining to us in a month of like 6 months of training, that is that is enough to study a person. And if you are thinking that you will be going beyond that, so I would request first you cover whatever sir is teaching, and after that you can take any other resources. And also one of the quote which I'm remembering of him, that in the initial phase of our training he was telling that there is nothing like IQ. If you will be practicing, you will be you will be going to get placed, I would say. So he was telling that, and it is a kind of true thing which I am realizing right now. And that is a correct thing. Like if you are studying, so you don't have to care, okay, this is a kind of technical thing, this is a kind of logical field, we have to be more logical to like make a kind of logic or create a kind of logic. It's not like that. As he said, that if you will practice, you will be able to
Okay.
create our own logic.
Thank you so much, basically, Ishaq, for joining us. So I think this is done for today. Yeah. Uh, so important thing is, guys, see, be genuine with your studies. Correct? See, simply joining the course, you paid the fees, doesn't mean you will get the job. Right? You have joined the course, but what are you doing during the course? This is very important for us. How many hours you're practicing? What kind of friends have you made here? How serious you are to get a job? Dedication level of yours, this will all matter. Market condition is very tough. I'm again telling, there is recession going on. Expectations in the interviews are very high. Unlike earlier, basic questions asked and you're selected will not happen now. Okay? Last almost 18 years of my career, I've never seen the interviews the way it is happening from last 1 year. Tough. With one topic, 15 questions, cross questioning, and questions are being asked. Right? And you have to be ready for that cross questioning. At least 60-70% you have to answer right. Do not give any wrong answer. You don't know, say don't know. Do not give wrong answers. Giving a wrong answer is going to cause you more trouble. Rather, I don't know. That's it. That is how you need to tackle it. Okay? You try to prove that I know, you will be into a bigger trouble. Even if your 9 answers are correct, that one wrong answer that you're giving out there will be the reason to discard you from the interview. 100% answers are not expected. Keep the things transparent and genuine. Avoid copying during the interviews. Do not simply copy the things from here and there and give the interview. They will get to know. Natural speaking skills is very important. Daily practicing with friends is also kind of very important. Okay. So that's it, guys. I hope today's alumni meet was confidence giving. All these questions I'm going to get from them. And we'll try to do one thing. In our academy, we'll put those printouts here on the wall. One student already got placed. We have started that because already the book has been printed. I'll not be able to add these questions in that. But those question banks printouts will take it and paste it here. So people can take a click and start preparing that as well parallelly. Okay. Best of luck. Happy weekend. Study well. Okay. और serious रहना, बहुत serious रहना. If you're sleeping during the course and you feel that I should become successful, you're not practicing, then it is as good as going to gym. You paid the money. After paying the money, do one thing. You keep someone else to go to gym. You will automatically, bodybuilding you will do. It is you the one who has to take the thing seriously. Patience, very important. The first thing is patience. Any situation, if you deal with patience, the solution will automatically come. Don't panic in any situation. Got it? Second thing is consistency. You have to attend all the classes. Learn to be consistent. Third, do not join the program only keeping in mind placements. Because some people are like, fast, will complete of the course so that I'll get job. No. Completing course is not the target. The target is, you saw now that guy, 5 months of target. He could do it in 1.5 months. He was our student only. Abhishek, yes or no? Correct? How come he did that 5 months of task in 1.5 months? Correct? If you're just clearing interview and going to company, from there again your further progress will be difficult because practically you don't know anything. Right? So patience, very important. Shanti mudra. Whatever the situation in life is, once you're calm, nobody can disturb you. Because that patience automatically what happens is will give you answer for everything. You might fail in 10 interviews. Don't panic. That 10 interviews I failed, my friend got job, I did not get job, this is happening, that's happening. Stop the comparison. See, just now we heard from one of the fellow, 7 friends, 6 got placed. One fellow is remaining. I think he had come and met me yesterday. He was full panicking. That's why I'm all alone left now. What to do? Be calm. Okay? You will get the results. Somewhere some mistakes are happening. Work on your mistakes. And ensure, okay, that you people have a proper routine. Daily routine. This is very important. Okay, when you will study, when will you wake up? Avoid all the bad habits. So this is very important. At young age, I see some of the students cultivating bad habits that will make you weak. Smoking, drinking, this should all not happen. Right? Definitely this will take you to a zone after 35, 40 years, you will not have health at all. What will you do? You will earn money after 10 years, you will die. What will you do with that? A healthy lifestyle will keep your mind sharp. Okay? A weak body, a weak mindset. You have park, go for a jog, right? Eat proper food, come to class. That discipline has to be there. Okay? So try to give up. All those people who are cultivating all these bad habits, give up. That's good for you. Okay, bye guys. So please bring some people who got placed in Kolkata IT Park. ऐसा नहीं है भाई. We cannot get the people whom we want. Whoever is interested to join will join. Rest of the data, you can take it from the staff. What? Okay. But what is the use? Okay, see, the point is, now this is a very interesting question. Sir, he got placed from Naukri portal. He got 8 offer letters from Naukri portal. Is he upset that he got 8 offer letters from Naukri portal, or is he happy he got a job? Guys, our concern here is getting job, getting genuine interview calls, ensuring we don't sit in fake drives, ensuring that fake placements, we are not a part of it. Correct. If he could get a job with 12 lakhs LPA, today he's enjoying his job. He's not worried about he got a call from Naukri. And what's wrong if you get the call from Naukri? You talk about campus placement. 700 people are giving campus placement for 3 positions. That is right. Is that a right way of basically conducting the drive? Which means you're publicizing the campus drive for the admissions, but there are 3 positions. 700 people are giving interview out there. Will all of them get placed? Then the important part here is job, not about how we got. You got a job because you are knowledgeable. That's the part here. Got it? And you're knowledgeable enough in future also not to depend on any academy to basically get the interview calls. You know very well that just now one student came, was talking to me, 2 years it's been over working in the company. My cousin is in US. I'm planning to apply for US. What extra things I have to study? That's called as progress. Correct. So he knows very well how to get the calls. He knew how to get the call in India. Today he knows that there is a demand in US, how to get the call there. Correct? That is what you people have to work on. See, this is all blunder. You go to colleges, on the notice board, photos are been put. How many people have joined the companies? These are buffer hiring, fake hiring. That's happening. So the mudda, the whole concern here is not this, that how you get call. The concern is we are getting 5 calls in one day. Correct? The concern should be now. Am I going to give interview with 700 people? Or I'll get an interview call, I'll schedule my own interview, I'll give my interview till I get placed. Correct? Yes or no? Fine. When we talk about campus drives, how many campus drives were successful? Tell me one campus drive in Bangalore that happened in one shot in the last 2 years, 50 people were selected in any campus drive. Even when the big company is visiting the academy. And if 50 people are selected, if anybody claims, do they have the mobile number and names of those candidates? I'm talking out of 700 people, 50 people getting selected. You have to understand the numbers. Are you understanding? If these things you're clear with it, you're always safe. Okay? Yeah. So I think that answers your job. Some students to get job, okay, see, understand what is in my hand. I can train you. I can teach you how to get interview calls. This we will never fail in that. But cracking interview, should you take the responsibility on yourself or should you put that responsibility on the institute? Tell me. Question bank has been given from placed candidate. Syllabus has been covered. I know 98% questions will come from the syllabus. It is like question paper has been leaked. Literally in IT company, what questions are being asked, they have already mentioned everything to you clearly. In spite of doing all those things, getting 5 interview calls per day, questions are clear. You're not able to speak. Then what we should do? Should we work more hard? Or what we should do? Last 4 months, 551 numbers are documented with me, with mobile numbers, which is kept at the reception desk. You can access that. Question is not they got by themselves placed or I placed. The medium has been the knowledge. Correct? So don't basically think about this that, no, how can it be? See, when you work in any company, let's take some interesting question. Without company training, is it difficult to work on it? How to tackle it, sir? See, there are basic skills what the candidate should be aware of before joining company, like debugging. Now, most of the training, debugging skills are not there. Check with your friends. They have no idea about debugging. And if you don't know debugging, you cannot understand the software code part by part, how it runs. If you want to understand the execution of any project code, debugging is important. Is debugging been covered? Right? Any project when you work on, Git and GitHub knowledge is required. Was that a part of your training? When any project you work on, it is like constructing a building. First is we prepare a design, we make a structural thing for it, and then we construct a building. Have you ever worked on the designing part of your software, which is something like this? For example, observe. Now, we are designing, see, now we are building some doctor appointment booking app like Practo. Now, how many people can understand this design and write the code? And why the design is been made like this? As a software engineer, if the design of your project itself you cannot understand and you're not able to write the code, which means you have not done the project at all. Answer lies here. You know why I kept on asking? Did they ask you about ER diagram? Did they ask you about ER diagram? The reason was, this is where the project starts. And 90% of the people do this mistake, that ER diagram skills they don't have, and they start off with the projects directly. Why is that so important? Because let me show you here. See, now you go to some application like Practo, correct? You have to relate things like this. Now in Practo, there is a location that's been given Bangalore, cardiologist. I'll click on search. Now tell me how this search is happening. How will you build the backend logic for it? I'll click on book a clinic visit. Now, moment I click on it, there is a mobile number with OTP that gets generated. How was this designed in the backend? It's your backend design that will help you for the project code to be written down. Got it? It is not about 6-7 months struggling to get a job. It's all about the next 40 years, what you do with that job. Right? Because your entire 30 to 40 years of your life will be dependent on that. Make the foundation strong. Now check this out. Go online, pick any video, project work you put. Is ER diagram there? Check that out and come and tell me. There will be flow diagrams. There are no ER diagrams. So how will you design this? How will you work on this? Moment I do a booking, I get a WhatsApp message, SMS and email. How was that being developed? See, this way, if you people are basically learning, then tell me one thing. Why you can't answer things in interview? What went wrong? So this is where the difference happens to be. One student says I've taken 8 offer letter. Another student says I did not get any offer. Why? If somebody gets 8 offer letter, which means he has created a demand for 8 offer letters, while the other student is not able to answer the basic thing. Correct? And never join the program or my classes if you do not follow my classes. Okay? Never be a part of it. You simply joining the classes, waste. Sir, I'm attending online class from 2027. Can I come to institute and meet you? You can meet me. No, I have near about 2. In 2 years, 4,000 numbers. In front of you, the first candidate. See, these things are an open show. Anybody can be a part of it. But our data management is very accurate. Again, I'm coming back to how did Abhishek finish 5 months of work in 1.5 months? He's also my student. Yes or no? If you give answers from chat GPT and if you join, then obviously what will you do in the company joining? You have just cracked the interview copying from chat GPT. Correct? This is very important. Just now one fellow came. Who was that? I think Tejpal or Rajat. Out of 7 friends, 6 friends of his are placed. Who was that? Rajat? Or I don't know, Tejpal. How did they get through? They are also my student. First is get a job, Baba. Job is only not that you're thinking about going to company, how we will work. Why are you thinking about so much ahead? First think about currently, do you have a job? If right now job is only not there, you're thinking about after joining the company, how will I work? Firstly, that will come after. Before, what you have to do is join the company. When joining only is not happening, after that, what is the point there? Yes or no? Are you now working in some companies? No. Then why are you thinking about future? Firstly, think about currently what needs to be done. Yes or no? Currently, you have to study and get a job. Have you done that? No. Then why are you thinking about that? This is what happens. Future, future, future. And then after what we do? In future, we will only not be there. Right? Best of luck. So a lot of interesting questions are coming today on the show. We never got these questions on our live alumni meet. But thank you so much. Bye guys. Take care.